Hey guys, my name is Sean and today we're doing a speed build in The Sims 4 in the world of Henford-on-Bagley, which is the world that came with The Sims 4 Cottage living. Now, this is my first time actually building in this world and using the items that came with the Cottage living pack. I have had the pack out since the release, like not long after the initial release, but I just haven't had a chance to sort of get into it or do any of the gameplay or check out what items are even in the pack. Now, I thought, I've had it for a couple of weeks going now, maybe a month now, I don't even know. And I thought I might as well try and build a nice little cottage and see what the pack has to offer. So for me personally, when my building style, I tend to not build this sort of style. My style is usually modern or industrial or something along those lines. So building a cottage for me was sort of like stepping outside of my comfort zone, which, don't get me wrong, I think it was a really good thing because, it just gets you to try something different and try a different building style. I think I kind of did really well on the exterior, like personally, especially because I usually don't do styles like these. So I actually really enjoyed doing the exterior of this build, especially like the landscaping and doing all the, terrain and everything. But the inside, however, I feel like I like it. It goes with the house. It goes with the floor plan that I've created and everything, but it's a little bit simple, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, this is only a 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom house anyways, more suitable for like a single sim or just a couple, something along those lines. Obviously, considering how big the lot size is, you could technically expand, but initially it's only enough room for those amount of sims. But I think the inside did end up turning out really well. It's just something that, again, comfort zone, But enough of that. The build itself, as I said, it's a very simple little cottage. My main focus when I was sort of inspired to sort of build this was, when you see those pictures of cottages and they're like got all the like lush lived in sort of landscaping and, like things are overgrown and whatever. That was sort of what I really wanted to incorporate. And one thing I also really wanted to incorporate was using ponds for the first time. So you've probably seen in the thumbnail picture that I had a pond out the front, and that was something that I really wanted to incorporate in this build as well, because for me personally, I haven't used the pond tool before. This was in The Sims 4. Since it released. I haven't, played around with it at all. And so I was really excited to sort of, create a build that sort of utilizes the pond tool. And I think I'm about to do it now. Yeah. So when they first sort of talked about the release of the pond tool, I was a bit skeptical, not going to lie, because I was so used to the way it was done in Sims 3. And back in the Sims 3 days, and Sims 2 and Sims 1, you would just sort of use the pond tool and it would just create the water as you go. Like, you wouldn't dig the hole first and then put the water in. But my main thing I wanted to do was put this sort of warped, sort of stilted foundation over the pond. I think it really turned out really nice in the end, to be honest with you. And I really like that they've got all these like little features with, the bug spawners and everything to go in the pond. I think it just adds like that little bit of extra detail to the build. And, having the warped there, the stilted foundation, whatever you want to call it, I think it's a really nice spot, not just for fishing, but also to take like really cool screenshots with your Sims. So that was sort of like, what I really wanted to focus on. And I shouldn't have been skeptical about the pond tool in all honesty, because like with The Sims 4, the strong suit of The Sims 4 is build mode. And I feel like, you know, compared to previous Sims games, besides create a style tool in The Sims 3, I feel like it's, you know, got really good building tools. And I think everyone in the community kind of feels the same way as well. So with the front yard here, I wanted a way to sort of incorporate the front yard to the backyard without making it feeling like it's detached or it's just too much green space, you know what I mean? So I just sort of incorporated this nice like sort of wraparound path that went around to the back. I did cut out some of the landscaping shots when I was building just because it got a little bit repetitive seeing me put down the same flowers and bushes and everything like that. So I thought I would just cut that out. But I mean, you can see the end result anyways. But I think it's turned out really nicely. It makes the front yard look really full and lived in, like what I was saying before. So I'm just adding a few like objects here at the back, just a nice sitting area. I think I add a grill at the back here and just a few touches here and there just to give it a bit of life. This part at the back is probably my favorite. This wraparound pathway that I've done. I really wanted to incorporate like a bird bath because to me, like, I don't know, I just picture like a bird bath in the yard of a cottage. I think it just suits the vibe. It just looks nice. So the way this is sort of incorporated with the landscaping, I think is like, I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of myself for this part of it. And it's definitely my favorite part of it. It definitely brings the yard together, I think. Now in the center here, I put in this really pretty tree, not that one. You'll see it in a moment. This one, I didn't know we had this in the game before. Did this come in an update? Like, how did I not know about this? To me, it reminds me of the tree that you use to enter in the secret world in Willow Creek, Sylvan Glade, I think it's called, Sylvian Glade. But it looks better than that tree. I mean, I don't know if maybe they brought it in to replace that tree. I don't know. I haven't checked it out. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I've never seen that tree before. I'm just going around spotting some outdoor lights along the landscaping just so that it looks, you know, it really pops at night. It just really shows off like all the details and all the landscaping. I just feel like if, you know, I didn't add those spots of light throughout, it would just look, I don't know, just like a grassy mess at night. So I'm just adding in some of these cottage living objects that we got, which are the, you know, the chicken coop and what do you even call that? The barn, I think it's called, where you get the cows and the llamas and everything. And speaking of the cows, oh my God, they're so cute. Yes, I've seen a lot of footage before I bought the pack and gameplay and trailers and everything, but actually like playing with them personally, like when I was testing this out, they are so cute and it definitely makes me want to play this game. Like I said, this sort of thing isn't usually not my style, so I wasn't really over the moon about this pack when it came out, like a lot of people in the community were, but I mean, I liked it for what it is, and I can definitely see that I think I'm going to be interested in trying out some gameplay with this. So let me know if you'd like to see me play it, because I definitely do want to play it. So I just put down the garden plots there. Again, I don't really know like if I placed them correctly or anything during this time, but I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this house only uses base game and cottage living. So if you are going to download it, just keep that in mind that you only need the base game and cottage living for this to work. I just thought I'd make it easier. I usually like to build with all the packs, and I also use a lot of custom content, but I took all that out of my game. So I will put in my origin ID, my gallery ID in the description below of this video. Now, with the inside, again, like I said, because it's not my style, I sort of struggled a little bit to sort of get everything like cohesive and sort of go together. But luckily enough with cottage living, like they had a lot of items. So the kitchen all matches, it goes well together. I mean, maybe I could have done a little bit better, but I just wanted to keep it simple. You know, it's a small space. It's designed for like a single sim, most likely, or you know, a couple. So I didn't want it to be too overcrowded. I put a few clutter items here and there, but one thing I have to say is building with only restricting yourself to like, you know, the base game and one pack, it really makes you like look at items that you've never looked at before. Like for me personally, with my building, like I get really comfortable. Like, you know, I'll use the same lamp or use the same lounge or use the same, you know, whatever it may be. Like I just get so comfortable with what I'm so used to using. So I just keep using it. I guess it's just, you know, creature of habit. But yeah, I'm just doing sort of like the entryway, the walkway. It is very open plan, but I think it turned out nice. As you know, for a cottage, I guess you wouldn't expect to have like such an open plan entryway, but I think it just sort of ties in the kitchen and the living space on the side there just together nicely. And I feel like if you were to play in this house, like it would be easy to play in. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like certain houses I find are like a bit difficult to play in when everything's too cramped or when everything's too big. Like it just needs to be like in the middle somewhere. So I'm just adding some details here. I like the living room a lot. I kept it very simple. There's no TV in here. There's pretty much no electronics besides lights in this place. This lot was originally off the grid in the lot challenges, but I did take that away, and I kept the wild foxes lot challenge. But I mean, if you wanted to use this as off the grid, it wouldn't be hard to change it to off the grid, because I think you would only have to like maybe change the lights, and I'm not really too sure what else, but I think the majority of things in here would work off the grid anyways. But yeah, I only recorded doing one bathroom because bathrooms are boring, and this bathroom especially isn't anything fancy. I did put in as much detail as I could with, you know, the toilet rolls and everything like that, but it's nothing to like rave on about, you know. But yeah, so now I'm doing upstairs. Well, yeah, doing upstairs now, and this area is just kind of like, I guess you would call it just like maybe like a reading room, a study. Just it's in the walkway there, so I guess it's sort of like a study nook. I just think it's really nice. Like it's good for like, you know, that sort of homely reading sim. Again, no electronics. Now here's the bedroom. Bedroom, again, very simple. I do like the color scheme in the bedroom though. I'm going to leave the video here. But if you did enjoy this and you like this build, then please leave a like on the video and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more builds shortly. All right, bye guys.